What's up, guys? Hey, Jared Beckstrand here, Doctor of Physical Therapy, ToneandTitan.com. Do you suffer from a stiff neck? Well, you've come to the right place. Today, I wanted to show you 5 of the best exercises and stretches that you can do at home to help decrease some of that tension in your neck, hopefully alleviate some of that pain you might be experiencing. Coming at you right now. Alright guys, hey, welcome. I am stoked you're here. I'm excited to be able to share some of the information that I know with you guys. Hopefully I can help you out. Hopefully we can get rid of some of that tension and stiffness that you're experiencing in your neck. Now before I get too far into it, I just want to mention real quick, not all neck pain is created equally. It can come from many different causes. The advice and the tips that I'm going to give you today are primarily going to help what we'd call mechanical neck pain or stiff muscles, just tension in your neck. If you have any numbness or tingling down your hands down your arms into your hands, these may or may not be the best exercises for you. That would be indicative of maybe a bigger problem. I would recommend that if you do have those symptoms, don't necessarily try these exercises. I would head to your doctor. I would get that checked out by him or her. Maybe head to your physical therapist for an individualized treatment plan that's going to be right for you. Okay, got the boring stuff out of the way. Hey, I'm excited you're here. Maybe real quick, if you haven't done so already, use this opportunity to subscribe to Tone and Titan. Hit that subscribe button down below. I'd love to see you guys back here more regularly. Alright, so neck injuries, neck stiffness, neck pain, these are some of the more common things that I treat in my physical therapy clinic. Fortunately, there's a lot that can be done for it. Some of the more common reasons why you might be getting this pain, positioning can be a big thing. People who sleep on it wrong, people who have desk jobs especially, these people kind of present to me with a lot of neck tension and pain. Injury can be a big thing too. If it was a car accident, if it was a slip and fall, that's another common reason. Posture can actually be a really good one. If you've got some poor posture, that can really contribute a lot to the neck stiffness and pain that you might be experiencing. If you do know that you maybe have some posture related issues, I actually shot a video about that. You can find it right here on my YouTube channel. I'm going to leave a link to it right up here. How to correct your neck posture, that's a good way to help you alleviate some of this stiffness. The anatomy behind it now, so there's 4 primary muscles or muscle groups that are affected. You've got your upper trapezius, is the muscle that goes from basically the base of your skull to the tip of your shoulder. You've got your, we call it a levator scapulae, base of the skull down to the tip, the inside tip of the shoulder. And then you've got a couple of different groups that sit a little deeper to that. It's going to be your capitis group and your cervicis group. Those are the 4 muscles that are primarily affected. Those are the muscles that get tense, and therefore those are the muscles that I'm going to show you how to stretch out today. Now, the motions behind these muscles, they contribute a lot to neck extension. So when we look up, they contribute to side bending our head, and then they contribute to rotation as well. And so in order to most effectively treat the stiffness that you're experiencing, I need to show you some exercises that are going to stretch you through all 3 of those different motions that are maximally going to stretch all 4 of those muscles. Now, I want to mention also that it's not uncommon with neck stiffness to actually develop some knots in those muscles. Just some areas of contracted muscle where it's tight and it's stiff. You push on it, it's a little bit tender. I actually shot a video about that as well. It's all about knots in your neck and in your upper shoulders, some effective ways, about 10 ways that you can actually treat those muscle knots at home. Look right up here again. We'll throw in another link up there. I'll also link to that video in the description to this video. So if you have muscle knots in your neck and in your shoulders, you might check that out. I share some really great things there that can hopefully help you out as well. Okay, so that being said, enough of the boring stuff, enough of the anatomy. Let's get into some of these exercises. Alright, so just like some of the other videos that I've shot, I had to bring in my lovely assistant. She's getting to be quite the pro at demonstrating some of these physical therapy exercises. I mean,
you don't pay me enough.
I really don't. Actually, you don't pay me enough, let's be honest. I mean, how many of these exercises have I showed you in our marriage? Anyway,
it's true. I'm your
you
worst
guys, that's
patient.
neither here nor there. 5 exercises to decrease stiffness in your neck. You're funny. 5 exercises to decrease stiffness and pain in your neck. Let's get to them right now. So number 1 is going to be an upper trap stretch. What Camille's going to do is tilt her left ear over towards her left shoulder, and then with that left hand, she can come up to the other side of her head and apply just a gentle overpressure. What we're going for here is, again, it's that upper trapezius, goes from the base of your skull to the tip of your shoulder. That's where you should feel this stretch. Right now, as she's side bending to the left, she's stretching that upper trapezius muscle on the right side. She's going to feel it where it's tight. Most people feel it right up in the neck, or maybe even right up here, kind of in the top of the shoulder. She'll hold for 20 seconds to the left, and then she'll come back to the right, and she'll hold for 20 seconds that way. Now again, what we're trying to do is create some separation between the base of your skull and the tip of your shoulder. Some people, what they'll do is that opposite, so her left shoulder, if that comes up, we're not really increasing that stretch. So she needs to focus on keeping that left shoulder down as she pulls over to the right side to stretch that out. So that's number one. Exercise number two is going to be what we call a levator scapulae stretch. I said that really weird, you guys. Levator scapulae stretch. That's a muscle. It goes from about the base of your skull to the inside tip of your shoulder blade. And so to stretch that one out, we would do what I'm going to call the smell your armpit stretch. And so Camille's going to duck her nose down towards her left armpit. Left hand comes up to the back of her head, and then she applies just a little bit of overpressure. What we're going for here is the base of the skull, and a lot of people feel this kind of down the back of their neck, even into the top part of their shoulder blade. So as she's ducking down towards the left, we're stretching the right side out. So from the base of the right side of her skull down to the tip of her right shoulder blade is where she's going to feel that. She'll hold for 20 seconds to the left, and then let's come back and we'll go 20 seconds to the right. Again, we're going for relative separation between the origin and the insertion point. So just try to keep that shoulder down as you do these exercises. Okay, so that's exercise number two. Number three, so we've done some side bend, we've done some flexion. Let's get into some rotation. So now to do this, to stretch out those deep neck rotators, I like to use a towel or a pillowcase, work well. What Camille's going to do is she's going to kind of loop that up and over her head. She's going to let go of it. Nobody remembers to cross their hands.
Oh, yeah.
And so she's going to cross her hands just like this, grab those tails. So right now she's got her left hand on top of her right. She's going to hold that right hand down against her chest, and then use her left hand. She's going to pull that towel kind of right across her cheekbone as she works into this rotation motion just like that. Take it to where you start to meet some resistance, to where you start to feel a stretch, and then you're going to hold that there for about 20 seconds. You can kind of vary where you feel this stretch depending on how high that towel is. So right now she's got it pretty high right here at the base of her skull. If she was feeling like she was stiff a little bit lower, go ahead and come out of that stretch. She's going to go ahead and we can even kind of sneak that towel down lower just like that. And now I want you to pull still kind of across your face, across the cheekbone. And so now she's going to feel that stretch a little lower because that pivot point, we've lowered the pivot point with the towel. And so again, 20 seconds to the left, and now she's going to come back. Let go of it. Now she's going to cross the other way. And so now left hand stays against the chest. Right hand is going to pull that towel across the cheekbone. Again, until she feels a stretch in that neck. 20 seconds right there. One way that you can even enhance this even further is if she pulls into that position and then lean your head kind of back a little bit. Yeah. All of a sudden you're going to feel a little bit more of a stretch if you do that. And so again, 3 times 20-second holds to each side. There's your rotation stretch. Next, we're going to get down into some chin tucks. And so Camille's going to lay down on her back. And now for this one, and so she's going to start with her neck. I'm going to move your hair out of the way. Okay. There we go. Come on back down. We're going to start with her neck in a neutral position, meaning I can get my hands underneath her neck here pretty easily. What she's going to do, we're going to pivot right through her ears. She's going to flatten her neck down into the table. She's laughing because of what we're going to call this exercise here in just a second. Well, we call it the double chin exercise. The double chin. The uglier the double chin, you guys, the better the stretch. Let's be honest. And then go ahead and come right back up. This one I use for, you've got some kind of deep cervical rotators that sit right at the base of your skull. If you experience headaches, tension headaches, stiffness kind of higher in your neck, this is my go-to exercise for those types of problems. And so again, she's rotating her head, she's flattening her neck down into the table, and then she's rotating back up. So my numbers here, you're going to rotate, you're going to flatten the neck, you're going to hold that for about 3 to 5 seconds, and then you're going to come back up to that neutral position, kind of reset the system, and then rotate back, hold for 3 to 5 seconds, and repeat that about 10 times is a good number to shoot for. Okay, she's knocking it out of the park. We've got one more exercise to do. She's going to sit up for us again. And then we're going to do just a great way, again, to eliminate some of the tension that you're experiencing in those muscles is to actually fire those muscles and to get them activated. And so to do that, we're going to do some shoulder shrugs. Her shoulders are going to come up towards her ears. We're going to pinch the shoulders together, and then we're going to lower back down. So it's just kind of a big shoulder roll in the posterior direction. We come up to activate kind of the upper trap fibers and the levator scapulae fibers, and then we're going to pinch backwards, rhomboids and middle traps, and then we're going to lower, and it's an active lowering to kind of fire the lower traps, actually promotes relaxation in the upper traps. And so just some good shoulder rolls, activating those muscles is actually a good way to help them to kind of reset and get the blood flowing into those muscles and hopefully eliminate some of that tension that you might be experiencing. What do you think? Are you a new woman?
Feeling good.
Feels great, you guys. Healed.
Didn't know I had neck pain, but apparently.
Nice. So I hope that this helps you guys out. I hope that this offers you some relief from some of the neck stiffness, tension, pain that you might be experiencing. Hey, if you guys like this video, hit that thumbs up hit that thumbs up button down below, and thanks so much for those likes in advance. Also, if you haven't done so already, here's another plug for my channel. Hit that subscribe button down below so you never miss a new video from Tone and Titan. If you guys have any questions or comments, please leave those down below in a comment. I'll get to those just as soon as I can. And until next time, we'll see you right back here on Tone and Titan.